Barakatuh and a very good evening. First and foremost, the statement which I wish to make today is specifically with regards to the court action which had been filed by Tun and 6 others against Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin and 4 others which is still pending in court. This is with regards to the proceedings which were held or supposed to have been held on last Thursday, 18th of June, in which, to my surprise, in the very wee hours of the following morning, when I had a chance to check the reports, I found that most, if not all, most of the media reports were not only incorrect, but slanted to give a wrong meaning, either on the titles of the reports itself and also in the contents thereof. What I mean by this is that on that particular morning, the claim had not even been heard. The claim had not been decided. Yet the titles seemed to give the inference and the impression to the readers that Tun's action, Tun's and the other 6 parties' actions were being dismissed by the court, when in fact that was not the case. On that particular day, the proceedings which were fixed were actually adjourned at the request of the defendants due to the fact that they needed time to respond to the affidavits filed in the proceedings. Yes, there was an oral application for an ad interim order, which was basically to ensure that from that day, 18th of June, until when the matter was supposed to be heard, the date it was adjourned to, 9th of July, there should not be any further actions conducted by the defendants which may prejudice the application which is pending in court. Of course, the court dismissed that, but that does not mean the court dismissed the whole claim of Tun. It does not even mean that the court dismissed the application which was adjourned. And the application which was adjourned itself, when it's addressed in court later, will be with regards to the same issue, which is that the defendants should be stopped, should be injuncted from carrying out anything which may prejudice the actual claim which will still be pending then in court. So the reports were so distorted that I had no choice. I had to issue a notice to all the necessary parties. At that time, I found at least 9 media reports with their respective links, and I issued a notice for them to do the necessary correction, and also that it should not be repeated in the future. To be fair to them, most of these reports did carry out the correction as soon as they could by the afternoon the following day, which was the Friday, 19th of June. The reason I'm making this statement is just for the importance to inform the media that as an important branch in the separation of powers under the democracy principles which our client is upholding, they have the duty to carry out all the necessary reports, especially on current affairs and political legal cases which are pending, so as to allow the public to follow the development as to what is transpiring in this beloved nation. In that process, there must be an effort to ensure that the reports are fair and proper. If the errors which happened on Thursday are to be repeated, then it would surely be a complete failure on the part of the press to carry out this important function, which they have been doing very well all this while in our country, which is to ensure that the separation of powers between the legislature, the executive, and the courts, the judiciary, are checked by giving the necessary reports for the understanding of the public. Secondly, I would also give make a request, or a stern request, to the necessary parties involved in this matter, which in my opinion, if we are to look at those reports, one would find that not only they are in error, but they are consistently in error. In other words, as if there had been some directions given by some parties for those media reports to be distorted in the manner in which it appeared. If that is truly the case, that would be very sad. I would urge that those parties who are behind the curtains of the political powers or from the necessary officers or the media officers or the necessary authorities should be forewarned to stop this sort of unlawful, improper and unjust activities and allow the press to carry out their job and their duty as free and as proper, subject to the other requirements of the law as they should. And I would also urge the press, the media, to be strong, to be confident, to fight whatever instructions, if there are, whatever requests, improper requests from the necessary parties, if there were, and to ensure that they will not succumb to such situations. Thank you very much.